Fly away. Did we put that on for Steve Adubato? Steven loves to hear the old man. Steve, welcome back to the show. First of all, my friend, how are you?
I'm doing great. I could have used. I'd like to. You ever been on the Garden State Parkway and wish you could fly over all the other cars on traffic?
Did you go down this morning? Steve's in Atlantic City, and you're down there for the big teachers conference, Steve?
Well, I'm down right now. I'm down in Lavallette at our beautiful home because it's an excuse to come down here.
That you haven't. By the way, Steve, that you haven't invited us to yet, because we like to. Maybe an invite this summer. Yeah, I'm just saying. We can. The morning team could just inundate your house and annoy your neighbors. I mean, just saying. It might be something you want to think about.
Actually, I like that. I like that idea. But let's go halfway. Why don't I do this? Why don't I take a picture when we get off the phone? I'm going to take a picture because I'm on my balcony looking out at the beach.
Oh.
Let's go halfway. I'll take a picture. I'll send it to you, Frank, and Al and the team, and then I'll have you come down and we'll do a broadcast. But let me send a picture first.
Oh, we could do a broadcast from down there. That is great.
I would love it.
So now, where are you going down to Atlantic City later today, or is that tomorrow, Steve?
No, that's today. That's the New Jersey Education Association, the Teachers Convention. I'm doing a public television special on the greatness of public school teachers.
Yeah, listen, I think that's great. I think they don't get enough respect that they deserve. This is the big news, Steve, this morning. I can't believe it. It broke last night, and I got a Fox News bulletin, and Neil Cavuto's joining us shortly, who will be moderating the debates next Tuesday on Fox Business Network. Governor Christie Governor Christie on the little stage. Is that what's with that? I mean, what is with that?
This is a perfect example, Joe, of the absurdity of how I have great respect for my friends at Fox, and I know you're on there all the time as well, and you do a great job.
I used to do CNN, except Al just ticked them off this morning, so apparently I'll never be on CNN again.
No, they don't forget. They're like some friends that we have, and certain organizations. They don't forget things. But the fact is, I got to tell you something. Chris Christie right now, listen, it's still a long shot, no doubt about it. Some of the national polls aren't where he wants them to be. But in New Hampshire right now, and last time I checked, it was still the first presidential primary, not a caucus, so can't figure out what that is out in Iowa.
Yeah, right.
Christie is actually doing relatively well in a very crowded field in New Hampshire. Doesn't matter, because the way they calculate these polls, you have to have 2.5%, doesn't have it, so he's not qualified for this particular debate. Let me just say this. It won't be as entertaining or as interesting. That's all I'm going to say, and I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it's interesting, though. We were talking about maybe it gives him a better opportunity to shine, even. Remember when Carly Fiorina was on the small stage and she jumped down? Maybe that's what will happen. And again, we know you're listening, Stephen. I know. We have Governor Christie's a rhino. I know. He's not a true conservative. We hear it all. But we're Jersey guys, so please give us a little leeway on this one, because, I really think, and I was talking to Mr. Cavuto about this as well, Steve Adubato, is that if Donald Trump is not in this race, if Trump decided not to go in, I think Christie would shine. And I think, like they said, and I think this was Neil's term, that, the Donald kind of out-Trumped Chris Christie. Are you feeling that as well?
Yeah, and I appreciate the expression that Christie's not a quote-unquote true conservative, but I have problems with that whole term, and I don't want to get into a philosophical debate. But the term true conservative, if we were to hold that to every candidate there, what about the fact that Donald Trump didn't always hold the positions he holds today?
Good point.
And the fact that he voted Democratic, supported Democratic candidates, and didn't always hold his position on immigration. And all I'm saying is, what's a, quote, true conservative? And who decides that?
Yeah, it's a good...
Just asking.
No.
Just asking.
It's not that. I'm just asking. What's the weather like down there, Steve? Come on, let's talk about stuff that matters.
It's horrible.
Oh,
it's dreary.
No, you'll be 75 degrees, and it'll be warmer down the shore down there, Stephen.
Well, I'm 18 feet from the ocean. I'm going to take your picture. You can't see the ocean.
Are you feeling bad like I am, Frank? Al?
Play the
No,
world's
Al's going to
smallest
Judas
violin.
Priest. He doesn't care. I'm going to go down the shore. I'm homesick for the shore.
I want to feel better about myself. Al, post another picture of an orange beer. I'll feel better about myself.
What, you didn't like my stout beer? You got to watch my podcast, Steve. Come on now.
Well, Steve gets up every morning looking for that podcast, don't you, Steve? That's like the one. That's your reference point.
My life's not complete if I don't see that. And by the way, as a diehard Yankee fan, as Joe is as well,
Yeah.
my experience during the World Series would not have been complete if I was not following Al on social media. Because I got to tell you something, I was rooting for the Mets, even though. By the way, this is Al. You ever see Al during the World Series? I don't want your support. He didn't want the support of Yankee fans.
That's right.
I know.
How disgraceful is that?
I know. So you know what? You know what?
Together.
Listen, this was the compromise. I didn't wear any Met logo. I went to the game. We went to the game. I said, Al, it's okay that I root for the Mets. I'm a Yankee fan. It's all about New York baseball. He goes, yeah. But then seriously, Steve Catula goes like this. I go, well, I'll wear the NYPD logo in support of the police, but I won't wear any Met logo. He goes, that's a smart move. And he's dead serious.
I did, because I said I would call him out as a fraud at the middle of the game.
Okay.
Oh, man.
First of all, Joe, I respect you for doing what you did, and the police don't get enough credit.
Yeah.
And the teachers don't get enough credit. Neither do the teachers, and the Black Lives Matter movement. Listen to this segue. I have no respect for them and what they say about police. But that being said, I got to tell you, when I subbed for you last time, which was still the highlight of my year, that tells you how my year's going. But that's got to be. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
When I came in for you, and I had my Bronx Bombers T-shirt on, and my hoodie on, my Yankee hoodie on.
Yeah.
And I happened to have, because my sons went to the Met game the night before against the Dodgers, I happened to have my orange Mets towel on. I took a picture. We posted it.
Yeah. And?
Al called me a fraud. He said, how dare you have that? We posted. He took it from me. He still has it now. He said, you have no right. He goes, you never suffered the way we suffered. It's like he was in the civil rights movement.
I know.
He's a Mets fan.
he and LaGreca. I know.
1940.
I know.
What are you talking about? He's just a Mets fan.
Meantime, look what's happening in the Middle East, and we're worried about these problems.
I'm oppressed.
You really are. Hey, Steve, before we let you go, and we wish you all the best down there.
By the way, I'm sure good thing we talked about important things today, but go ahead.
No. I want to ask you about what happened. Explain this to me, if I may. The governor also vetoed a new gun control measure. Governor Christie did, which the Senate overturned. And now will the Assembly, where you serve, Steve Adubato, follow suit?
By the way, I wasn't blaming you guys for not talking about important things. I was blaming myself. But that not being said, back to gun control. Here's the thing. The governor vetoed a gun control piece of legislation, and the governor has done it before. The governor has argued many times that New Jersey has gun control laws that are some of the strictest in the nation, and I believe that's true. Here's the issue. The issue is, for the first time, and you guys talked about it on AM970, the state Senate overturned. They overturned the governor's veto.
Yeah.
They overrode the governor's veto, if you will. They had enough votes to do that. The question is, will the Assembly do that? And if, in fact, they do that, I will tell you, the Republicans, they just had the election in New Jersey where a few more Republicans lost their seats in the Assembly.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. I don't know whether it has to do with Christie or not, but it doesn't help the governor. It doesn't help the Republicans in New Jersey. I think right now, gun laws in New Jersey will change and become even tougher in this environment because the Democrats are emboldened. The Democrats are playing to the anti-gun movement, and I think that is the environment in the state right now.
Yeah, Steve, thanks a million, man. Steve Adubato, PBS anchor, New Jersey political analyst, and the author of the forthcoming book, Lessons in Leadership, much in demand, speaking all over the country as an inspirational leader to the big corporations. Listen, have a great time down there. Give the teachers our very best. They deserve the credit, Steve Adubato.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm taking a picture and sending it to the great crew at AM970.
Great.
The best morning show on radio. I'm sending it right now, but you can't see the ocean. I'll send it now. I love you guys.
I love you too, Stephen. Thanks so much. Steve Adubato right there.